Also, very good marketing.
Personally or facts?
Network.
It seems that you can slack off all the times, but actually you are responsible for your own
Yeah.
Hi guys!
Hey!
I'm Paul.
And I'm Andra.
My name is Christian. I'm one of the mentors in All In.
I'm Chiara, and I'm a mentor at All In as well. And today we're going to be answering some anonymous questions from our mentees.
Let me just grab the questions here.
The questions!
We're gonna, just take some questions and then we're gonna answer them, okay? So
Sounds
let's go
great.
first.
Okay.
Do you have any routine to start your day and handle your mentees? Some tips, maybe.
Those seem like two very different questions.
Question, yeah.
Is the person asking wanting to be a mentor?
It's like, oh, I gotta prepare to face my mentees and prepare my, emotions and well-being.
It's like a huge battle.
Yeah. I listen to music, I like to put on some upbeat music and kind of plan my day, okay, I want to do this, like a to-do list.
Drink some water, spend some time praying, reading the Bible. I'm a morning person, so I think on a good day, I'd go on a run or I'd go to the gym. After that, I'd start doing my, I think big picture planning.
Usually, I'm a pretty early riser. Make myself some tea, mentally prepare myself to meet you guys.
Sometimes maybe we're looking for something fun to discuss, right?
Yeah, that's true. We're not school.
Yeah, that's true.
I am not sure my academic score will help me enough to enroll undergraduate degree abroad, but I have plenty of experience in project management. Could my experience help much?
I think that depends on where you're going. If you're going to countries that only look at your scores, like Australia, that would be hard. You want to focus on getting your scores up before you apply. But if you're going to the US, where they do actually value other interests, activities, and project management, then you definitely have a chance.
In a way, yes. If you're applying to universities in the States, they will definitely look at your extracurricular experiences.
Sounds great. And it depends on where you want to go to as well, right?
Yeah.
Which country you want to go to, that will determine as well if that will be helpful or not.
Yep.
Yeah. Make sure you do your research.
Do research about the universities.
Do your research.
What's your advice to all in mentees who got accepted at your previous uni as an alumnus?
Make sure to get alive. I graduated a long time ago, right? I graduated in 2009. And so that's been 11, 12, 13 years?
Let's not disclose.
It's been over a decade since I graduated. I don't remember much. I think a lot of the skills that they've taught me, those have stayed with me, right? But the things that I remember the most that I did with the community, the time that I spent with my roommates, the time that I spent with the communities from the cooking club, swing dance club. I think making sure that you don't just study, that you also connect and network with the community, be rooted in the community.
I think it's making the experience, building that experience and those moments is the best time. It's one of the best time in my life, I feel. I feel for me it was also it's to be open, to new experiences and new challenges as well.
Mentees who get accepted to Melbourne Uni, which I went to, I think the biggest thing I had to adjust to was it's not high school. That means you don't just go show up in class and just sit back and listen, but you actually have to contribute and you actually have to think about what you're learning and have your own opinions.
Yeah. It seems that you can slack off all the times, but actually you are responsible for your own.
Yeah.
Suddenly everything catching up to you with all the exams and everything else. Yeah.
Oh, if you go to the US, go on a road trip.
Same. If you go to Australia, go on a road trip.
Yeah.
They have amazing, beautiful beaches, nature. Do not miss out on the nature in Australia as well.
Why are people seeing? Why do people see Harvard University as so prestigious? What do you think?
Personally or facts? Based on facts, yes. Of course, they have a lot of records of honors people, especially even presidents, right? The United States, and also Harvard University has a lot of published books, which is very important for the science and technologies advance for human also.
I think it's the image that has been built and
Yeah.
the quality, the people that have come out from the universities and the impacts that they have done. That's why it's very prominent or is associated with something prestigious. Yeah.
Also, very good marketing.
Why do you say so?
I think the way they carry themselves and the way they portray themselves is also there's a lot of I think like soft power that's exerted, sort of like culturally, right? I think it's almost like one of the tropes that like if a character graduated from Harvard and then everyone is like really shocked and like 진짜? No, but like it's an amazing university. So if you can get there, if you look at your profile and you feel like, oh hey, like I'm actually competitive, definitely apply to Harvard University.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee or tea?
Okay, let me guess you.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Tea.
Tea. And coffee,
Exactly.
of course.
It depends on the situation actually. But most of the time, for me, I'm coffee. Manual brew, it's preferred.
I like both, but like I don't like coffee just on its own. So I would say I prefer tea because I like tea on its own. I really like it on its own actually.
So you like coffee in the form of sugar?
No, just like milk and
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm currently taking A levels and I want to take the SAT test. Should I take extra tutoring? I want to major in medicine.
For me, yes. For me,
As a former A-levels teacher.
yeah, you should because first the benefit is almost many universities will use the SAT even though you are A level. Yeah, especially the medicine one, right? But once again, for me, it depends on the university actually.
Yeah, I would say especially because you want to go into medicine, which is so competitive, right?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna take the SAT, you want to get a good score, and I think like that just means more prep and more tutoring.
It really depends on where you're at. My recommendation would be take like a diagnostic test, and so once you're done with that simulation, you can sort of like see where you're at. So if you want to major in medicine, I'm assuming if you want to eventually go into medicine, then you'll have to go into like a competitive program, a competitive university. The magic number for SAT is around like 1450. So if you're already getting consistently around that number during your simulation, during the diagnostic test, then you would be like the best judge of yourself, whether or not you actually need that additional help.
Choose one, Ivy League or Oxbridge. Why?
I'm gonna choose Ivy League because I think I grew up with, I don't know, Legally Blonde, those movies. So that just kind of imprinted in my head, oh, Ivy League,
Oxbridge for me,
Oh,
I don't know. I think like when it comes to one of the oldest educational institution, like Oxbridge, just they have that like aura, like definitely like a lot more academic and preppy, I think.
yeah, classy and
Yeah, I think so. I think so. There's that like classical, feel. Yeah.
Oxbridge. Maybe this is like an absurd reasons, but I love scenery like in Harry Potter. So most of the time Harry Potter did shot in Oxford, and when I did googling about Oxford, it's one of the oldest in the world. They keep a lot of records, ancient records, and even they have like a division, have like the weirdest book or the weirdest scriptures about the ancient things. So I do love to dig into that.
Yeah, I would also go Oxbridge. Aside from like the setting, also like the aesthetic. Again, do not use us as an example, okay? Do your research. It's like dark academia and
Yeah.
and like I'm just a nerd, so I think I have like a preference towards like Colombia, just because like when I was in high school, I wanted to do like journalism. And those two universities were like, they had like really good like journalism departments, and journalists that came out of like these schools were, let's say, like they were Nobel Prize winners and stuff like that.
Do I really need to take the SAT?
And nobody's telling you to. I mean, I guess your mentor is telling you to.
And once again, I think it depends on the where you want to go.
Yeah.
But if you don't really confident with your result at school, taking SAT maybe is also a good backup numbers for them to look at.
The SAT is optional for a lot of places, but we always recommend you guys to take it. The whole point is that like you guys understand why you need to take it, and why you need to take it is, you know, you need to figure out like how motivated are you to get into these universities, you know? If you've spent like years of your teenage high school life like trying to prepare to get into these universities, like what is one more test to prepare for?
Do you really need to? No. Should you? Yes. If you're applying to the US, then yeah.
I think that's a very simple.
Have you ever gotten stressed out during mentoring session? Can I no comment on this?
If so, what's your coping mechanism?
Maybe suddenly said, oh, we have a blackout, and then you scream out.
Yeah, I have definitely gotten stressed out during mentoring, especially like the most recent one is probably during a uni application season, because I help a lot of mentees like brainstorm their essays, just like revise them once they have the drafts. Sometimes like it can be hard for them to think of like stories, or to think of like a way to tell the stories in an interesting way, and like they'll get stressed out and I'll get stressed out, and then like, sometimes it's just not productive.
Everybody got stressed.
Yeah, it's like stress for everyone. The coping mechanism is just to like stop the session, take a break, and then we'll revisit it another time.
One thing that makes me stressed out is when my mentees is having like a difficulties in like subjects like tests, and they got bad results. And it's very important, especially with the subject they really want to be good, because it is required for their university.
Yeah.
So because I really cannot control the results, right? And I can only give like advices what he or she can do. That's why when the result come out and they're stressed or they got depressed, there are things that makes me more stressed out is when they got bad results, they don't think it's bad.
Yeah, that is so true. Wait.
Yeah.
I haven't had this kind of experience like that mentee singing out, so I'm very happy. Maybe you probably have.
Have I ever gotten stressed out during the mentoring session? Yes. Not gonna tell you why. And so what's your coping mechanism? Definitely like, you know, you don't cope with it, or you don't deal with it during the mentoring session, right? You know, you want to be sympathetic, right? You want to like care for the mentee first. I think like coping, in terms of like coping mechanism, it's just the same as like any stressor. You verbally process it with someone else, right? You know, again, that's why having a community is so important.
One word to describe your alma mater.
I'm not very big in this actually. Like I don't have like
Yeah.
big.
One word.
For me, probably it's networking. Yeah, because well, my background is in hospitality, hotel management, so the mantra was like network.
Now there's more pressure on me to like describe my. I'm just kidding. The next question now. I'd say change. Berkeley is known to be a protest school. Basically, like students would protest over like anything from tuition fee increase to a new Starbucks being like open like too close to campus to people were trying to cut down some trees around like the campus neighborhood, and people would just like protest. So it's also like where like the free speech movement started. So I think like both the university and the students really take pride in initiating and participating in social changes and movements.
Okay, my alma mater, I think values, because most of the curriculums, not only in my own majors, but all of the majors, they put one values which is related to the Bible. So yeah, my alma mater is really strong with religious values.
So where was your alma mater?
My alma mater was in UPH.
That sounds fun.
Yes.
One word, I would say big. I got a shock as to like how many students went there, coming from a high school that had like 40 kids in my year. The pro of being like in such a big place, such a big institution, is that like there is something for everyone. Like there are so many clubs, like so many different interests, and there's always like someone that you can like connect with.
All right, well, that's all the questions that we have.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and we hope that you will like, share, and
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.